All right, let me get my stuff out here, Knicks Nation, man. You know what? I was on the phone with one of my homies from where I grew up in New York. We started talking about old times, and all of a sudden, I said, wait a minute. It's time to get on the podcast. I forgot about the podcast. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, Knicks Nation? So welcome to Gumby, my man, the Julius Randle, president of Julius Randle Hive Gumby. Black Above Reality, my man, and a grill, old school player. What's up, John Mark? How you doing? Tony Tippins, how y'all doing, man? So, yes, hi, Michael Drake, peace and blessings, my man, Organic Fanatic, Shalom, how you doing? And so I was on the phone with my homie we grew up from, lay high together in New York, and I ain't talked to him in a minute. Then all of a sudden, I look up, I said, Dad, it's almost 1:45, man. I'm messing around here with you. So what's up, Elixir Flow, Spirit Jorgensen's Ruggs, 89, William Thompson, V-Spec. What's up, y'all? Ron Holiday, my brother Malik Shabazz, Elixir Flow, Dean Easy, Richard Williams. Are you Richard Williams of the Williams sisters? The father of the Williams sisters? I'm just joking. How you doing, man? So here we are. Now, here we are, Knicks Nation. I'm just wondering, a couple of things. We haven't touched base in a second. I think it was like a week ago, right? We talked. Where all them dudes at was talking about Deuce McBride. There was one mofo talking about, you spend too much time talking about Deuce McBride. Like, Deuce ain't that good. You spend too much time talking about Deuce. Right? I ain't heard from him since. Then there was all them talking about, wait, the Knicks ain't gonna win more than 37 games this year. And then when they went through a little losing streak, they might as well tank. How many of y'all was talking about they might as well tank? They need to tank. They need to trade everybody by the deadline and tank and get Wembanyama. Y'all remember that? And I told y'all, I said, they're going to get better as the year goes on. I told you that. I said, they'll be playing their best basketball second half of the season. I told you that's a Tom Thibodeau team trademark. Didn't I tell you that? And then even until like the All-Star break, there was still some fools out here talking about fire Thibodeau. I said at the time, he's about to lead the Knicks to their second playoff appearance in 3 seasons. And y'all talking about firing him? You remember that? Huh? John Mark, thank you for the $10. Saul, congrats to my Haitian sisters for qualifying women. Did they really? Oh, blessings to the Haitian Hebrews. All right, John Mark. All right, Haitian tribe or the Hebrew tribe, they qualified. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't follow the world soccer too often, but that's gonna cause me to look. Okay, all right. And I was telling y'all that why y'all talking about firing Tibbs? Hey, any of y'all still out there talking about firing Tibbs? Any of y'all? Hey, where's all the Tibbs hate? Where's all the Tibbs hate now? Huh? You too heavy on this Tibbs tip I was getting. Well, I don't know why. What you see in Tibbs? I said, some of y'all need to get a pair of these. Yeah. So you can see. Because some of y'all blind. Well, like I said, man. So seriously, the problem is y'all listen too closely to some of these media, man. Y'all listen too closely to this media. I mean, right? Y'all gotta admit it, right? You're listening too closely to this meeting. And you know what? Hey, Gumby, Gumby, no. I was wanting to trade Julius Randle. After his first season in New York. After the All-NBA season, I was hesitant on it. Then after last season, I said, trade this brother as quick as we can. I thought they would. At the beginning of this season, I was like, trade this brother. But then I started to realize, and I admit when I'm wrong now, Miss Edwards, how you doing, Margaret? Hey, Miss Stevenson, how you doing? My sister. I started to realize, first off, number one, the Knicks weren't going to trade Randall. Not that I wasn't in agreement with that decision. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't in agreement with that decision. But I started to realize they're not going to trade Julius Randle. Okay. That was number one. Then I started to realize, okay, he's like our problem child, which means we got to deal with his goods and his bads, right? And then I started to realize, look, the dude wins more games for us than he loses. Okay. I mean, to be honest, Julius Randle, there is getting things that the only thing I'm going to tell you what's the difference between Julius Randle and a superstar. Okay. Gumby, you're going to have to agree with me on this. I think you would agree with me. The difference between Julius Randle and a superstar is this. Like what Julius Randle and the superstar have in common, okay, is that there's every few games, there's a game where Julius Randle will come in a way and say, I don't care how the rest of the team play. I'm carrying us. We're winning this game. I mean, that does happen. He might drop 40. He might get 15 boards. He just takes over. Usually that happens when his 3-point is dropping. Then all of a sudden he might decide, oh, RJ, you can't guard Tatum? Let me take him. And he'll do it, right? That'll happen about 5, 6, 7 times a season where Julius just is that good where he just is like, okay, I'm carrying us today. That's it. But the difference now between him being a superstar is that with a superstar, you can't get in the superstar's head. See, you can't get in Giannis Antetokounmpo's head. He's gonna come at you every game. You can't get in Jokic's head. You can't do it. You can try, but all he's gonna do is destroy you, right? So, but you can get in Randall's head. That's the difference between him being a superstar and not. Okay, it's possible to get in his head. I mean, Gumby, you agree with me? It's possible to get in his head. There are games where physically, talent-wise, he could take over. And everybody knows it. And Tom Thibodeau has said he coaching against Randall was scared of those type of nights where he would show up and say, oh, I'm taking over. And you be in trouble, okay? That is a superstar. But with a true superstar, a Kobe Bryant, like I said, a Jokic, a Tatum, Antetokounmpo, you're all NBA superstar type dudes. You cannot get in their head. Kawhi Leonard, you can't get in his head. Okay, all you're gonna do is piss him off, and you don't want to do that, right? Because he's gonna come at you every play, offensively and defensively. Whereas Julius, you could get in his head. He'll be arguing with the rest most of the night. You could take him out of his game. Okay, and then when he's pissed off like that, he won't play defense either. Right, and his IQ is not that high defensively. I'm not holding that against him, but I'm just saying he gets all taken out of his game. Okay, now then people say, well, why doesn't Tibbs hold him accountable? What y'all need to understand is this ain't high school, this ain't college, this is the league. And what do I mean when I say this is the league? Some of y'all know. What I mean is you don't treat guys like kids when they're in the league. Especially grown man with wife and 2 kids. You don't treat him like no child when he's in the league. Okay, so he's not going to yell and get in Randall's face like he would do with Deuce McBride or like he would do with a Quentin Grimes. He's not going to do that because this is a grown man. He's a leader. He's a big-time player, and you don't just treat him the same as you treat everybody else. And some of y'all will remember, Patrick Ewing didn't get the same treatment as Charlie Ward. Okay, he didn't get the same treatment. Jeff Van Gundy would never get in Patrick Ewing's face, but he would get in Marcus Camby's face. You understand? So you don't always, when they're pros like that, and that's to say some of y'all always pining for like a Jay Wright to be the coach of the Knicks. Y'all need to chill. This is the league. This ain't college. PJ Carlesimo was a great college coach at Seton Hall. He was a great college coach at Seton Hall. But then he came and brought that back to the NBA, and there going Latrell Sprewell almost choked that brother to death. Because you can't do that in the league. You can't act like you their daddy when you in the league. You understand? So you can't just treat everybody the same. So Tibbs understands that and doesn't treat Randall the way he's going to treat, let's say, like I said, a Deuce or Quentin Grimes. He's not going to treat Randall like that. He's going to handle Randall privately. You understand? That's how he does it. Some of y'all, well, why don't you hold him accountable? You don't know he's not. You hear Tibbs, you got to listen to him in the press conference because he always is backhanding Randall in the press conference, and Randall's catching it. You understand? So he's not going to treat him the same way. Y'all can't expect him to treat him the same way. This is the league. So he's going to treat Randall like a grown man that's been all NBA, and that's how Tibbs is going to treat him. Not only that, y'all expect Tibbs to say negative things. You see, Doc Rivers messed up when he started dissing Simmons to the press. Tibbs would never do that. So when Tibbs, if you notice, he always got his boys' backs. Always. He'll never be negative about his players in front of the press. He never does. And they'll ask about it, and he'll give all kind of excuses. And he won't let you diss on his dudes. Okay? This week, for example, Mitchell Robinson. And so, I heard some ridiculous-ish this week. Look, I didn't like that Mitch Rob went on social media and started whining. Okay. I didn't think it was legit. Okay. But I told you this is how Tibbs would handle it. He would go to him and say, okay, show me what you got. Hit some foul shots. And Mitch came out later and I knew he was just venting. And then some people was like, he's being selfish. How could you call Mitchell Robinson selfish? He's the most unselfish player in the starting five, aside from Grimes. I was like, selfish? Oh, boy can't vent without somebody tripping about him being selfish? Come on, yo. Yeah, come on, man. Stop it. And let me tell you, and somebody asked me this question. They said, Raw, would the Knicks have beaten it wasn't the game against Denver, the game before that. They said, would the Knicks have won that game without Mitchell Robinson? Let me go a little further. The Knicks would not be the 5th seed in the East without Mitchell Robinson. Jay Chill, thanks for the $5. You have something with the KP option for next year. I believe adding Grant would get us dance. Okay, we're going to talk about that. That's a Jay Chill. That's a good point. We're going to talk about that. But let me tell you something, man. The Knicks would not be the 5th seed without Mitchell Robinson. Let me just break this down for you. If we did not have Julius Randle and we started Obi Toppin 30 minutes a game, you could argue we might still be in the same position because we don't know what Obi could do with 30 minutes a game, right? We don't know. We don't know really. He could have been a star. We don't know what he could do. He's talented, but it's questionable whether or not we would be there. If you don't have Jalen Brunson and you start Emmanuel quickly and you play him 35 minutes every game, we might still be in the same spot. We don't know because Quick to play ball. He's like a starter, right? But you cannot tell me if you starting Jericho Sims or you starting Hartenstein and you don't have Mitchell Robinson, you're going to win 9 in a row and 8 in a row. You're not doing that. No, hell no. You're not doing that. Okay? So the defense that Tibbs runs is predicated on a Mitch Rob type dude. Okay? That's what he needs. A Mitch Rob type rim protector. Okay? And so that's without him, you're not where you at. You're not where you at, man. Okay? I'm just telling you. You're just not there. Okay? So you need Mitchell Robinson and you need him happy. And let me tell you something. I told y'all he would come. I was expecting a beast. And a beast showed up yesterday. Did y'all see it? I saw the replay of the game yesterday on the big screen in my house here. And I was like, a beast showed up yesterday. Quentin Johnson, thanks for the $5 once again. Top tier analysis. Our guys are going to be okay as long as Monica does. My girl. Yo, she, to me, was even more impressive when we got to interview her on KOT. She wasn't wearing no makeup or something. Somebody had nerve said she's not that attractive. I guess I don't know what you're seeing, but daggone, man. That woman is very attractive on top of the fact that she knows her basketball. She's not just a pretty face. She knows her ball, man. You know what I'm saying? Malik. She knows her basketball. I was very impressed with her just all over, when we interviewed her. I was like, she knows her ball. And that's why I asked her where she came from. Like, what you learned at Georgetown that caused you to know basketball like that, And she explained it, That's why she picked, she is something else, man. We're blessed to have her at MSG. We've had some good people in. Remember before we had Swing Cash? Swing Cash was also the same thing. Swing Cash knows her ball, pretty lady. I think she's now in the New Orleans Pelicans organization, Swing Cash. So she was another one. She knew her ball and all that. You know, I know her last name isn't saying. I ain't gonna front. I mean, daggone. Both of them though, Cash and then McNutt. I mean, you know, yeah. So anyway, it was really a blessing to have her on KOT and to get interview with her. It was a good job on Jay Ellis getting that done, man. It was a good job on Jay Ellis getting that done. All right, so let's talk about the seeding. You know, let me explain something to you. As we stand right now, the Knicks are the 5th seed. And I told you, I've been saying for the last week that the seeding is pretty much set. The Knicks are probably going to be the 5th seed. Brooklyn is probably going to be the 6th seed. Miami's probably going to be the 7th seed. The A seed is still up in the air because between Toronto, Atlanta, they are battling for that A seed right now. And that's, you know, right now. So that's going on. But the top 3 are pretty much set in stone: Boston, Philly, Milwaukee. Now, this is the thing, brethren. Y'all want to see, and I want to see the Knicks go as far as possible, right? Now, the championship window, I wouldn't consider the championship window quite open right now. Of course, you can't sleep on the Knicks because anything can happen. But the best path for the Knicks to get to the Eastern Conference Finals is to not meet Milwaukee till they get there, which means you want either Philly or Boston in the last 2 seeds, and you want Milwaukee in the 1st seed, which means, like if it was today, let's say if it was today, you got, if the playoffs were to start today, Milwaukee would play, let's assume Atlanta would be 8 after the play-in. So Milwaukee would play Atlanta, Philly would play Miami, Boston would play Brooklyn, and then the Knicks would play Cleveland. Now, the best situation is for the Knicks to play Cleveland, beat Cleveland, and then have Boston in the 2nd round, which means what we'd like to see is we'd like to really see Boston in the 2nd seed. Philly's and Boston are tied right now for the 2nd seed. If you could get Boston in the 2nd seed, then, or let's say you get Philly in the 2nd seed, let me tell you something. Brooklyn is better than I thought they were going to be. What y'all think? I think Brooklyn is better than I thought they was going to be. They really are playing. Vaughn has got them playing ball, man. They playing some good basketball, right? So I'm not saying Brooklyn is better than Boston or better than Philly. But what I am saying is it's possible for them to win the 1st round series. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And so put it this way. Let's assume Boston was the 2nd seed, right? And Philly was the 3rd seed. Then Philly would end up playing Brooklyn. Boston would end up playing Miami. Okay. All right. Follow me now. So if Brooklyn was, if Boston was the 2nd seed and Philly was the 3rd seed, okay, then if it was today, so you'd have Milwaukee playing Atlanta, you'd have Boston playing Miami, you'd have Philly playing Brooklyn, and you'd have the Knicks against Cleveland. If the Knicks were able to beat Cleveland, and let's say Brooklyn beat Philly, I have a sneaking suspicion that Philly is going to get disappointed this year. There's going to be all kind of hell to pay in Philly. So if Brooklyn ends up beating Philly, your 2nd round will be the Knicks against Boston. Okay? Your 2nd round will be the Knicks against Boston. If the Knicks play Boston in the 2nd round, if they get, there's a lot of ifs here. So if the Knicks get past Cleveland, which is not no automatic, okay, it's going to be tough. But if the Knicks get past Cleveland, which they can, and they get Boston in the 2nd round, there's a strong possibility that the Knicks could get to the ECF. Now, that would be amazing. Can you imagine the New York Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals this year? Can you imagine that? I mean, what? See, if the Knicks could get in the 1st round this year and then the top 6 seed, to me, in the beginning of the season, I still say for them to be a top 6 seed in the East is a great accomplishment. I mean, this is year 3, y'all. This is year 3 of Tibbs. And they're still rebuilding and developing. And for them to be a top, and now we're talking top 5 seed. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You know, that would be amazing. So for them to beat Cleveland, and you know, all of us are looking for the Cleveland, New York first round series, right? Because everybody was all tripping, but because we didn't get Donovan Mitchell, and y'all remember it was like the Knicks failed to get the big star, they failed to get the blockbuster done. I can't believe they wouldn't trade R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes for Donovan Mitchell. I can't believe how many y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? All them people right now holding their gonads, hoping the Knicks don't play Cleveland and hoping the Knicks don't beat them. Huh? Stephen A. whatever was still tripping. They should have got Donovan Mitchell. Our girl Monica had to put him in check. Y'all remember that? Just recently, Monica had to put him in check. You're talking that they should have got Donovan Mitchell. See, that's what I'm saying. Every person with a big name doesn't mean they're supposed to be in New York. Okay? We are rebuilding something here. We got good young talent. And we ain't even reached their prime yet. And the only ones that's in their prime on the Knicks right now is Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and Joshua Hart. That's the only ones that are in their prime in the rotation. The rest of the kids are not in their prime yet. Mitch Robinson's probably 2 years from his prime. RJ's probably 4 years from his prime. You forget Grimes and Deuce. Obi's probably a year from his prime. That's why I'm thinking we're going to probably lose Obi because Obi's 25 now. He ain't 22. See, Deuce is 22. Quentin Grimes is 22. Emmanuel Quickley's 23. RJ Barrett's 22. These guys are still young players. But Obi's 25. He's going to be 26 at the next year mark. 24 in March. He'll be 25 years old. 26 years old. So he has to make his move now. You know, if you're Obi Toppin, you got to make your move now. You can't be sitting for 12 minutes a game behind Julius Randle. And there's nothing nobody could do about that. It's sad, but he's going to have to move on someplace where he can start. Now, I know a lot of people were pining for Indiana. I think it's pretty dumb. And the reason why, we do not need Miles Turner. We do not need Miles Turner. Okay? He's not as good as everybody thinks he is. If he was, Indiana would be higher. Y'all got to think about that. They got an all-star point guard in Tyrese Halliburton. They got the leading three-point shooter in the NBA in Buddy Hield, and they're battling for the play-in. Miles Turner is their starting center. So what's wrong with that picture? What's wrong with that picture, y'all? How come they're battling for the play-in and Miles Turner is their starting center? The Knicks are 5th seed with Mitch Robinson. Are y'all hearing me? And let me tell you something. I love Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson should have been an all-star. But Halliburton is just as good. So what's the difference in the squad then? Halliburton is just as good. What's the difference? What's the difference in the team? Why are they battling for the 10th seed? Why are they battling for the 10th seed if they all that? And let me tell you, they got a good coach. They got a good coach. What's the guy's name? Rick something. He's a good coach. The guy from Dallas. Okay? He's a good coach. Rick Barnes, whatever his name is. But why are they battling for the 10th seed if they so good? If Miles Turner is all that, why are they battling for the 10th seed? Huh? Somebody answer me that. Could somebody tell me? Because I don't see why. What's going on? Well, old dog, apparently the NBA disagrees with you because Halliburton was an all-star. And he was picked by the coaches. Brunson wasn't. Okay? I'm not telling you Brunson stinks, but don't try to tell me he's all that much better than Halliburton. Halliburton is only like in his 3rd year. Come on, man. There ain't no politics. The dude is just good. Period. End of story. Halliburton can ball. The Knicks should have picked him, but they didn't. They got Obi. Okay, good. But if the Knicks had Halliburton, we wouldn't be discussing Brunson right now. If they had Halliburton, we wouldn't even discussing Brunson. But it's all good. Okay? All I'm saying is everybody pining after Miles Turner as if he's some big upgrade, needs to calm down, because if he was all that, their team would be better. So forget Indiana. I mean, I'll do Indiana if Obi wants to go there, but don't give me Miles Turner. Give me some picks. And Buddy Hield, don't we already have Evan Fournier? Buddy Hield is just a bigger shooter than Evan Fournier, but defender. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, no, that's what I'm saying. So forget Indiana. I don't even know. Chris Duarte, you want Chris? Let me ask you, y'all want Chris Duarte? If Obi was going to Indiana, would you take Chris Duarte? I mean, saying, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Give me 2 number ones and Chris Duarte. Girl, give me a number 1 and number 2 and Chris Duarte. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm wondering, what's this Indiana, noise? I don't understand. Cherokee Indian, my brother. Brunson has changed the whole franchise from positive in one season. Sounds like a superstar effect to me. No red wine. Write this. I like it. Russell AC, thanks for the $10, my man. No, but I'm not sure about that one. Obi would surely start at power forward in Indiana. But what are we getting for that? Now, let me ask you this. If Obi is definite, let's make the assumption that Obi is 100% going to another team where he can start at power forward. All right? Are y'all understanding? Yeah, Mathurin. Oh my God, don't even talk to me. If we can get Mathurin for Obi, done deal. Let's do it. If you're telling me I can get Ben Mathurin for Obi Toppin, done deal. Okay, we do that. We do that today. Okay? Yes. We'll do that right now. But I don't think they that dumb in Indiana to be giving up on Ben Mathurin, who should have been starting already anyway. But that's not going to happen. So Obi, let's assume Obi is definitely going to start for some other uniform next year. Okay, because he's starter level talent. What do you get? Spurs are not going to give up Devin Vassell. They're just not going to do that. I mean, realistically, okay, Spurs are not giving up Devin Vassell on his rookie deal. Okay, why would they do that? They're not doing it. Okay, just like Indiana is not giving up Ben Mathurin on his rookie deal. They're not doing that either. Okay, are you ready? Would you take Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier for Kristaps Porzingis? Look at Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, Isaiah Hartenstein for Kristaps Porzingis. You doing it? Are you doing it? Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, Kristaps and Hartenstein for Kristaps Porzingis. I'm asking a question. Would y'all do that? Would you do that? No Kispert. They're not going to give you Kispert. See, they're not giving you Kispert because Kispert plays. He's in the rotation. He's not, and he's on a rookie deal. So they're not giving you Kispert. Think of it from Washington's perspective. Why would they give you Kispert or Abdiva? They're the 2 dudes that they're building around. They're not giving you that. So would you trade Obi Toppin, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Evan Fournier for Kristaps Porzingis? Would you do it? There is not even anything to think about. There's nothing to even think about. There's nothing to even think about. Are y'all crazy? What? We taking KP. Are you crazy? Shh. I would do it in a minute. In the New York minute. Yeah, heck yeah. Can you imagine KP shooting that 3-pointer from straight away at MSG? Huh? Come on, yo. And then you have Mitch Robb running with Joshua Hart and Emmanuel quickly. What? Okay, look. The injuries, Odell. This year, right here, this year, he's played, that is, KP has played 59 out of a possible 69 games. Realistically, if I can get 65 games a season, and I believe he's on, that's what I'm saying. I'm catching KP as he's matured now. This is not KP when he was 23. This is KP at 28. And so if I could catch KP right now at 28, playing within him. I've been watching him this whole season, playing within himself, keeping himself healthy, being much more mature as a basketball player. And he's now in the option year. He's available. I'm just telling you, I would do that in a minute. Obi gets a chance to start in Washington. He plays 30 minutes a game in Washington. Okay? 30 minutes a game in Washington. KP comes over here, starts at the 5 next to RJ, next to Julius Randle. Yeah, he's much smarter. Much smarter. KP, let me give you what I see as the lowdown on KP defensively. He never has had the lateral quickness to stay with a guard. He's not a guy that can guard 5 positions like Mitchell Robinson can, but he's a great help defender. He can defend the rim, okay? He can guard straight up anybody that's a 5 spot, even if they're stronger than him because of his length. He can guard most 4s because of his length, okay? He can bother 3s because of his length. 2s and 1s, it's a little bit tough for him, okay? But he's not a lockdown on 2s and 1s, but on 3s, 4s, and 5s, he's really good, and he's really good as a help defender. Really good, okay? So that's what you're getting with KP. He's still the unicorn offensively. He is still the unicorn. He can hit the 3. He can finish. He can go on the floor with the ball if he needs to. He got the bank shot from both sides of the basket. Offensively, forget it. Forget it, okay? Forget it. Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. Wouldn't even think twice about it. Think twice about it. Done deal. Because you're getting Evan Fournier's contract off your books. He's going to be expiring. You're getting Obi a starting role, okay? You're giving them a solid 5 in Hartenstein, and we now have Mitch Rob at the second unit. Done deal. Done deal. That's all I'm saying. Done deal, okay? And as far as the money, this is the thing. It's going to be a sign and trade, but KP doesn't necessarily have to get 100 million or at least 30 million a year right now. See, next year, if you look it up, RJ's contract is 24 million. That's RJ's contract next year, 24 million, okay? When they extend Emmanuel quickly, assuming he takes the extension, okay? Well, Drake, we have to think about it from what do you want if you're Washington? What do you want, okay, if you're Washington? That's you got to decide. What do you want for KP? What can you get if you're Washington? If you're Washington, you want the young player in Obi. You're going to take the salary of Evan Fournier because you have to. You don't really need him. But then you want another piece. In the 5 spot, they got Daniel Gafford. They would want Hartenstein in that 5 spot. That's all I'm saying to you, okay? And that makes the money work. That's what I'm saying. So you got to think about it on both sides. Now, look. So you got D Rose almost 15 million coming off the books. You got Evan Fournier at 19 million. That's $34 million right there. You have Obi Toppin is 6 million. You got $40 million right there. Who am I missing? There's another salary that they can lose. Oh, Hartenstein. So now you got $48 million. You got $48 million. You got to pay RJ 24 million in the coming season. He's going to get 24 million. So that leaves you with 24. Now, you just got to be within 20%. You don't have to be exact. So they can pay KP, let's say 3 years. I would say 3 years, 84 million. That's 28 million a year. That can get this done for us. That can get it done. Okay? That can get it done. No, KP is not past his prime. You better go look that up, Blair. KP is in his prime right now. He's got 3 more years in his prime, KP. He's not past his prime. Come on, baby. Stop that. Stop that. Let's do some fact searching. Let's look up the roster. I'm going to tell you right now where KP is right now. Kristaps Porzingis is 27 years old. He'll be 28 years old in July or August, either late July or early August. He'll be 28 years old. He's in his prime. I would do 3 years, 84 million for Kristaps Porzingis in a sign and trade. Okay, and I would do that today. Oh, he said he's not in his prime. That's right, Blair. I misread that. Sorry. It's right. KP isn't past his prime. I was speed reading you, Blair V. My bad. Blair is right. Yeah, Blair said he is. My bad, Blair. My bad, my brother. I was wrong. I admit it. I will say when I'm wrong. I was wrong, man. Blair was correct. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So That team, when you have that starting five with Mitchell Robinson playing in the second unit, you are going to the Eastern Conference Final. You are battling Milwaukee now. You are battling Milwaukee. You're doing it. Obi gets a chance to go with a rebuilding Washington team, which if I'm Washington, I'm rebuilding. I'm seeing who is my highest bidder for Bradley Beal. How many picks can I get for him? And I'm trying to get off that contract. I'm trying to move, and I'm letting Kuzma walk, and then KP, I'm trying to get something for him. So if I'm Washington, I'm rebuilding. If I'm Washington, I'm rebuilding now. Okay, I'm gonna see if I could get Scoop or do whatever I could do. See, but that's all I'm saying. And you stuck with Julius Randle. See, I'm not saying it's good or bad or ugly or good or bad or beautiful or whatever. I'm saying you know, and I know the Knicks not trading Julius Randle. He's going to be around. So this is going to be the second year of his deal. I think the second year of the new deal he signed. So you got 3 more years of Julius Randle. And that's fine. Julius Randle's like an indestructible brick doo-doo house, man. He ain't going nowhere. Okay, he ain't going nowhere. Dude is that dude, man. So he like, what's the Thanos? He really is like Thanos. You know what I'm saying? He really is like Thanos. So that's all I'm saying. So he ain't going nowhere. So you got your starting power forward penciled in for the next 3 seasons done. Okay. What else can we do? We can get Kristaps Porzingis, who we know can play in New York, who we know the Garden loves him. We got a love-hate relationship with him because of his brother Giannis, the a-hole. But now Kristaps has moved off of that. Kristaps knows what he's doing. He's a mature man now. He knows what he's doing. We get Kristaps. We're in good shape. Okay, that's a possibility. Okay, then we still have the possibility of Portland. Portland is in a bit of a problem. They're paying $50 million to Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar has been as faithful to Portland as anybody been to their team in the NBA that hasn't won. It's like Bradley Beal. He's really faithful to the city of Portland. He really is. He's not worried about winning a chip right now with another team. He's not worried about it. In fact, he's not going to do it. So you got Dame Dollar. But really, let me ask you a question. Here's a question. Are you ready? What would Danny Ainge do if he was president of basketball operations and general manager for the Portland Trail Blazers? What would Danny Ainge do? What would he do? What do y'all think? With that roster that he has right now, what would Danny Ainge do? Exactly. He trade Lillard as soon as he gets. Who wants to give me 5 picks for Lillard? Done. He don't care what Dame says. Trade him. Okay? Trade him. And he trade Nurkic, he'd trade Lillard, and he'd build around the young guys. Nasir Little, Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, my man, Cam Reddish. He'd build around the young players and enter Obi Toppin. Okay? He'd get what he could for Grant, and he'd build around trade Obi Toppin, trade young players, see what he can get. Okay, that's what he would do. And I'm thinking that's what Portland should do, but they're in a bit of a different situation. They don't have Danny Ainge over there, and Dame Dollar's been faithful to the city of Portland, so you're going to have Dame Dollar. It's a tough situation, really is, because you got to play Anthony Simons. He's that dude. He's really up and coming now. And you got Shaedon Sharpe 2 years away, but you got him. And you're going to lose Grant. Grant is going to go somewhere where he can get paid and win a chip. Okay? That's going to happen. So if Grant's going to be a free agent, he's going to be gone. I would be shocked if he re-signed with Portland. I would be shocked if he did that. He just went through the whole rebuilding thing that didn't work with Detroit. He's not going to do it in Portland. I don't know. So, yeah, there's that. So, nah, Dame and KP ain't going to work, man. Well, that's fantasy basketball. No, you can't get both of them. But you can get one of them, and KP is that dude. Okay? We don't need another guard. We just went and got Brunson. Y'all love Brunson, don't you? I like Brunson. I got no problem with Brunson. Brunson can get us to the promised land. I'm not worried about him. So we don't need another guard. We're good. But we could use a KP now. Now, the next one is Grant. I'm not even going to talk about Mikal Bridges now because Brooklyn is the 6th seed and probably going to wind up at the 6th seed. I don't see them trading Mikal Bridges with that type of roster that they have right now. Nick Claxton is really, y'all know he's playing good, right? He's a young player. He's Mitch Robinson 2 years ago, and he's really going to be better, maybe, than Mitch Rob. I mean, he's really going to be good. I like Nick Claxton, and you got young talent around him. You got enough veteran talent to make it work. So I'm not trading Mikal Bridges if I'm the Nets. Okay, I'm not. In fact, let me give you all something crazy from Raw Hebrew. You ready? The Nets will be that team that will be looking at a guy like Bradley Beal. Did you hear what I said? The Nets would be looking at a guy like Bradley Beal. And if you add Bradley Beal to Mikal Bridges and Nick Claxton and Cam Johnson, you got something. Okay? You got something. Okay? The Nets would be looking for Bradley Beal. Okay? Watch. That's who I'm looking at. And it's up to Bradley Beal, of course. But I would not be surprised if they put a big push in to try to get Bradley Beal. Because if I'm Washington, I'm got to rebuild. I can't continue in this quagmire. Y'all, some people would talk. Y'all remember some people talking about the Knicks are middling? Y'all remember that? The Knicks are middling. I'm tired of middling. Year three of rebuild, and stupid people are talking about middling. Y'all don't know what middling is. Washington is middling. Okay? Washington is middling. They were threatening for the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of years ago, and they traded away the guy, the guard they had from Kentucky. They traded him away. They tried to build around Bradley Beal, failed at that, and they've been in middling. They're going nowhere. They're playing Bradley Beal $200 million, and they ain't going nowhere. Okay? So that's middling. See, they were trying to say the Knicks are middling. The Knicks are not middling. You know what the Knicks are? They're rebuilding, and they're coming through the middle on their way to the top, because you can't go from the bottom to the top. You got to go through the middle. So the Knicks coming through the middle, and they coming to the top. And people talk about, I'm tired of Knicks middling. Some people just have no idea what the hell they talking about, man. Y'all listen to some of these programs. I don't know what. Anyway, but Washington is middling. That's right. The Lakers are middling, and Washington is middling. So Washington need to trade Beal. The Nets are that team. They would like to. That's Batman that they could add to Bridges as Robin. That would be really good. Okay. No, the Knicks are not going to go after Levine. That's another rumor that's crazy. The Knicks are going again. You got Levine and DeRozan, and you battling for the play-in. You got Vucevic, Levine, and DeRozan, and you battling for the play-in. They ain't that good, bro. I mean, Levine could score, but you need more than that. When you get to the playoffs, if you want to get to the playoffs and you want to win, you know what you need? Stops. You need stops. Levine ain't getting you that. Levine ain't getting you that. So forget Levine. And $200 million for the pogo stick? Come on, man. No. Come on, man. No. Yeah, I hear you, Blair, but that ain't happening. They're not even that. There's going to be people that do Knicks for clicks, Blair, that's going to bring that up. You know, Levine to New York is heating up. You're going to hear that crap in July. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. But watch KP. That's all I'm saying. Watch Grant. I'm not sure if the Knicks want Grant or Grant want the Knicks. I'm not sure. I'm not clear on what Grant wants, because Grant's been very quiet about what he wants, so we don't know. I think he wants to go to a contender. Oh, you in Chicago, Rusby? So you could tell us firsthand. We don't want the pogo stick. No, not for no $200 million. For half that, maybe, but not for no $200 million. No, I'm sorry. Keep the pogo stick. Keep him, man. He could jump through the roof. Great. Can't win no playoff games. Okay. Sorry. No. But watch KP. Yeah, I did hear that old head Hart talking to Grant after the game. That I did hear that. And I didn't see it, but I heard about it. A lot of people have been mentioning that. Yeah, I that's wild, isn't it? Grant went to where did he go to college? Where did Grant go to college ball at? Where did he didn't go to Villanova, right? Grant didn't go to Villanova. Where he played his college ball at? Was he wasn't at UCLA, was he? I mean, where was he? Where was Grant at? Let me see. I'll tell you right. Let me get this roster up here for Portland Trailblazers and see what we got here. Grant played ball at Syracuse. Okay, he went to Syracuse. Okay. All right, he went to Syracuse. I don't know. This is going to be interesting, though. You know, I love me some Quentin Grimes. I don't want to have him coming to Mobb Deep. I love him in the starting lineup. And let me, speaking of Quentin Grimes, let me make another broad Hebrew prediction. You already hear the broad Hebrew prediction. Grimes' shot is going to start falling in the playoffs. And I want to hear what everybody starts to say. When his shot is not falling right now, but his shot is going to start falling in the playoffs. With that defense, with that high IQ, watch that jumper start falling. And when it starts to fall in the playoffs, anyway, if we got Grant, RJ would move to the 2, and Grant and my man Q Dog will come off Mob Deep. And that's not a bad thing, but I don't know. Keith Watkins, thanks for the $10 just logging in, sir. Can I get a quick synopsis? Thank you for you. Thank you, Keith. So we talked about the Knicks' path to the Eastern Conference Finals being easier if they don't have to face Milwaukee until they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, which means we'd like to see Philly or Boston before that, which means like I'd like to have Philly play Brooklyn and lose to Brooklyn. Then the Knicks beat Cleveland. The Knicks would be Milwaukee against the 4th seed, which would be probably Brooklyn, and then the Knicks would play either Boston or Philly, and that's our best path to the Eastern Conference Finals. No, I didn't mention RJ yet. That's our best path to these guys. So we were talking about that. We were talking about getting Kristaps Porzingis for Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and Isaiah Hartenstein. We're talking about a signing trade, getting KP around 3 years, $84 million for those 3 guys. That's what I was thinking. And so we'll see what we can do with that. We were just talking about Grant and saying, what is the possibility of Grant? Do you think KP? Yes, KP. I don't know why people think KP. The only thing KP would turn off Tibbs is his availability. But I'm saying if we can get 65 games out of him, which I think we can, Tibbs ain't going to have a problem with that because you're going to be able to still have Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims. So I don't think that's going to be a big problem. I don't think it is. I think we'll be all right. Saddiq Bey is a nice player, but where is he going to play? He's too young. He wouldn't be in our rotation. He wouldn't be in the rotation. Grant would be in the rotation. Saddiq would not be in the rotation. He's good, though. I love Saddiq Bey. I wanted them to trade for him this past trade deadline. I love Saddiq Bey. I like his game. He's a Villanova dude. He would be good, but he's a young dude. He may not be in the rotation like Josh Hart is. You see, Josh Hart is in his prime. And that's why Josh is playing over Deuce. And I don't have a problem with that at this point because y'all seen Deuce's work. I mean, y'all seen Deuce's work. Okay. Y'all seen his work. I told y'all. Some people was like, he can't shoot. I haven't seen him shoot blind. Oh, he can't shoot. That was the G League. He was not going to shoot in the NBA like that. Blind. Here he is. Okay, here he is. And I told y'all, if you even Mike Bream said it, if he was to get starters minutes, he'd be all NBA defense and he'd be shooting the lights out. Okay, shooting the lights out. So, yes, I did talk about Beal. I talked about Beal being a candidate for the Nets. And I think the Nets can pull that off. That'd be the perfect spot for Beal. They're not trading Mikal Bridges at the 6th seed now. And so, I would say Beal to the Nets would be an ideal move. Beal to the Knicks wouldn't be because the Knicks already have Jalen Brunson and we got really good 2-guard in Grimes, a young 2-guard on a rookie deal. Why would we trade a guy on a rookie deal or move a guy on a rookie deal for a guy that's not going to push us, and we're paying $200 million? I don't think so. I don't like, y'all know the Don hasn't paid nobody $200 million, right? Y'all know that, right? The Don ain't paid nobody. They ain't paid Julius Randle $200 million. He ain't paid RJ $200 million. His boy Brunson, he ain't paying him $200 million. And so he ain't paying Bill no $200 million. He ain't giving nobody $200 million. That's right. That's why Levine's off the list. $200 million? No, you done cross yourself off the Knicks list. The only $200 million players the Knicks would get if they were available would be Antetokounmpo, a Joker, guys like that. Okay, but they're not getting no Levine or no Bill guys. Embiid is questionable. He's talent-wise, yes, but I'm leery of his foot injury, man. At this stage, I don't know. Embiid is a superstar. He is. You can't get in his head. He will curse you out and drop 50 on you. He will. No doubt. I'll give you that. He's going to be getting paid $50 million a year for the next 2 or 3 seasons. I'm kind of leery of that. That's a big nut, man. That's a big nut that you got to, and you got to give up money to get him. So what are you going to give up? You're going to give up Obi. You might have to give up Mitchell Robinson. You're going to give up Hartenstein? I might probably, I don't know. That's a hard one, man. That's a tough one. That's all I'm saying. And but MB will do that. MB, you don't get in his head. He'll get in your head. I mean, if there's a city that's rougher than New York on their players, it's Philly. Okay. If there's a city that's rougher on their players than New York Knicks, it's Philly. And MB will curse you out and drop 50 on you. That's what he'll do. I mean, that's how he is. That African don't play. You know what I'm saying? That Hebrew don't play. He will curse you out, curse out the fans, and drop 50 on you. That's Embiid. I'm just concerned with his injury history. See, if I could get him and not have to give up Mitchell Robinson, if I can get Embiid, what are you going to give up? Are you giving up RJ Barrett? Damn, that's hard. See, and that's another thing. People talking about RJ Barrett. When is he going to become that dude? Look, man, this dude is 22. And somebody said, I keep using the excuse. It's not an excuse. He's 22. Talk to me when he's 24. Okay? When he's 24, talk to me. But don't talk to me when he's 22. The boy is playing ball. Did you see him yesterday? Wait. Did y'all see him yesterday? Yo. RJ done figured out. And Tibbs, you hear what Tibbs is saying? Tibbs, when they asked him about RJ, all he kept saying was, attack the basket, attack the basket, attack the basket. Because that's RJ's game. Bully ball. And if you don't get up on him, he is going to hurt you. That's what he did to Denver yesterday. By the way, somebody was asking me, who's going to guard the Joker? And I said, you're going to guard him with a combination of Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. Remember I told you that? I said, don't double him and don't put Julius Randle on him. Remember that? I said, let those two guys tag team him. Hey, they did a daggone good job on him yesterday. I mean, as good as you could do. The Joker was, to me, this is my opinion, he was clearly the best player on the floor, even though they lost. Watching him play, he is clearly the best. I have not seen a guy at the 5 spot with that type of IQ and skill. I can't even tell you. Maybe Olajuwon. I mean, the type of skill, and I got to give it to him. He should get the MVP. I ain't fronting. I was questioning it between him and Antetokounmpo until yesterday. In the loss yesterday, just watching him, I was like, you know what? 3-time MVP. He should get the P. He should get it. He is the real deal, man. Sabonis Pops was like that, Dwayne. Yes, Sabonis Pops was like that, but he didn't have quite the overall 3-point skill, rebounding skill. I mean, dude is averaging a triple-double, 25, 12, and 9.9, which you might as well say 10, right? He's averaging triple-double. And it's not no empty stats. Like, everything he does helps his team win, man. Yeah, but not like the Joker, baby. The Joker's up here. Everybody else is down here. The Joker, the only guy that could play on his level, to me, is Antetokounmpo. That's it. But daggone, man. I love this guy's game. And he can pass like I've never seen. I'm trying to think of a center that could average 10 dimes a game. Y'all think of a center? I mean, Sabonis Pops could do that, but not 10 dimes a game. He could pass, but not 10 dimes a game. Olajuwon could pass, but not 10 dimes a game. This dude could give you 12 and 10 every night, man. And look, how many centers do you know in NBA history that the offense started with him bringing the ball up? That's crazy. Not Willis Reed, not Jabbar. I seen all them cats. Not Robert Parrish. I'm talking, yes, Bam, but and even Bam. I love Bam Adebayo, but he's not the Joker though. The Joker could knock 4 or 5 threes on you. The Joker had a bad game yesterday and still turned it out. It's what I'm saying. I give Mitch Rob all of. Did y'all see Mitch Rob guarding that brother? If they don't have Mitch Rob, they don't win that game yesterday. Y'all hear me? I don't care how many points Jalen Brunson had, and he did go off, and Julius, and of course RJ did his thing. But if you don't have Mitchell Robinson, you do not beat Denver yesterday. You don't beat them. Okay, you just don't. This cat is something else. This Jokic, man. The problem with Denver is they've been in this position before. Okay, and they lose first round, second round. They lose, man. So I want to see him get past the second round this year. That's, to me, I wouldn't hold everybody to that standard, but a guy that's MVP level like him, 3-time MVP should be this year. I'm holding him to that. Bill Walton was like that, Gumby. Yes, he was. I got to give it to you, Bill Walton. But Bill Walton was hurt all the time. The 1 year he wasn't hurt, they won the chip. Portland. Okay, the 1 year he wasn't hurt. Bill Walton was always hurt, man. That cat was hurt since he come out of UCLA. He was always hurt. Okay, but the Greek Freak can't shoot like Jokic. Jokic can rebound like the Greek Freak. Jokic can pass better than the Greek Freak, and Jokic can shoot better than the Greek Freak. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But Bill Walton was tremendous talent, but he just was hurt. That's right. He had a lot of foot problems, hurting all the time, man. But this Joker, man, he's amazing, man. He's amazing. He really is. He has to me, he has a Larry Bird quality. He doesn't look like he's very athletic. He doesn't look like he's going to get done what he wants to get done. And he just does it. Like, I remember when Larry Bird came into the league from Indiana State, I thought he would average 18 a game. I said, oh, he's pretty good. He'll average 18 a game. I didn't think he was going to do. When I was watching him, he kept getting rebounds. He got like 15 boards. How did this guy get 15 boards? He can't even jump. How does he do it? But he kept doing it. And then the passing and then the shooting. I mean, Larry Bird was one of those dudes I hated to play against them, because if they were down by 1 or 2, you know he could score from anywhere, and you knew he was getting the ball. That's a superstar. You know he's getting the ball. You can't get in his head. He's getting in your head, and he's going to drop 50 on you. He was sitting there talking to Julius Erving one night. Julius Erving grabbed him. This was when Doc was way past his prime at this time, but he was disrespecting Doc. He was coming down saying, I'm going to shoot from right here. He had 42, and Doc had like 8. And then he said something, and Doc snatched him by his neck, man. Bird was something else. But you know what I'm saying? Bird was something else, man. But Joker is like that. Like, he don't talk, though. But as far as his game, he's looking slow. He's lumbering. He's looking like he's 50 pounds overweight. But at the end of the night, his team wins. He get 25, 12, and 10. Oh, my gosh, man. Bird was a mess, though. Bird was a mess. You hear me? But yeah, but Joker's that dude. But so I'm very happy with the way Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein guarded the Joker yesterday. That was a really tremendous job they did guarding him yesterday. They really. Then did you see Quentin Grimes steal from him in the first quarter from the weak side when he turned to spin? Quentin Grimes swoops in and steals. That was Q-Dog, baby. Q-Dog hit 3 threes yesterday. Q-Dog. He was 60% from the three-point line yesterday. That's what I'm telling y'all. Wait till he really starts shooting. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Wait. Q-Dog is going to hit 5 or 6 threes in the playoff game. I'm telling you right now. He's going to hit 5 or 6 threes in the playoff game. And everybody's going to be like, we can never trade him, please. You can't stop. See, watch. But I still would take Grant and bring Q-Dog off the bench if I had to, and put RJ at the 2 guard. Okay? Yep. So I would do it, but I would hate to do it because I love Quentin Grimes. I liked him at Houston. I didn't see him at Kansas. I didn't know anything about him at Kansas, but I saw him at Houston. I liked his game. I'm really liking what I see. By the way, looking at the NC2A, talking about the draft, I'm still, Chris Murray is the first guy I want on the Knicks, and I think we'll be able to get him. And then I like the kid from Central Florida, Kendrick. What's his name? Kendrick something. I like him too. I like those 2 dudes. I'm not really high on anybody else. Really, I'm not really high on anybody else. There's a lot of guards. We don't need any guards. You know, guards ain't going to play with Tibbs in their first 2 years. You know that. Be good. But I was looking for a guy 6'9", 6'10", that we can use in that 4 spot as a backup when we lose Obi. But I like Chris Murray. Taylor Hendricks, I like that kid. I like him. He's young. He's going to do some G League time, but I like the upside on Taylor Hendricks. He reminds me of a lot of the kid that came out of Virginia last year, Trey Murphy III, except his game is not as polished as Trey Murphy III was coming out of Virginia, but very similar game. Chris Murray is like his brother, just not quite as talented, a little bit below his brother, but very, very good. Chris Murray reminds me of a left-handed, and some of y'all, I'm going back, some of y'all remember, most of y'all won't. He reminds me of a left-handed version of Dollar Bill Bradley. That reminds me, Chris Murray, so heady, so high IQ, money from 15 feet, fundamentally perfect. I love Chris Murray's game. I hope he becomes a New York Knick. Or I will take the Taylor Hendricks kid and develop him over a couple of years, and he will be that heir apparent. And he will be that heir apparent to Julius. Give him, like, let him ride behind Julius for 3 seasons, 4 seasons, and he'll be that heir apparent. Okay, but I don't see anybody else that I like. That sensible kid from Ohio State's overrated. I don't like him. No defense. Most of these kids don't play no defense. The Amen and Asur Thompson, they're very talented. But they're too high in the draft for us. We're not going to get that. No, Keegan is better than Chris. There's no doubt. Keegan Murray is a budding star. I mean, he's really good. Keegan Murray is really good. He's really good. I like Keegan Murray. He's really good. No, yeah, it's because of him and Sabonis with Fox that the Kings started really winning when they put him in the starting lineup. Okay. I don't know Dessou. I don't know Dessou. But I got to look him up. I don't know Dessou. But from the players I have been looking at, to me, I just looked the other day. I was looking at this other guy. I thought maybe, what's this kid's name? This kid from, he's in Ignite. And I said, well, his length looked good. The numbers look good. I was looking at him and I said, no. Leonard something. I forgot his last name. But I was like, no. But Chris Murray, yes. That, to me, that's still the number one guy on the board for the Knicks, Chris Murray. Can we get him? And I like the kid, Taylor Hendricks from Central Florida. I liked them before. I still like them. Nothing has changed in that regard. Florida State is a defensive-oriented team. Houston is a defensive-oriented team. West Virginia is a defensive-oriented team. Houston is where Grimes came from. West Virginia is where Deuce came from. Not only Deuce, there was another guy that the Milwaukee Bucks have, Jerome something. He's also from West Virginia, tough defender. That's Huggins' program and Sampson's program down there at Houston, tough defenders. And then, of course, my man Leonard Hamilton, Javon Carter, yep, and then Leonard Hamilton, who brought forth a whole bunch of dudes, Malik Beasley, what's the kid from Florida, Jonathan Isaacs, the kid that was starting at the point guard for the Clippers. He brings a lot of guys that play some defense. Leonard Hamilton does. Okay, Devin Vassell, another one. So Pat Williams, Scotty Barnes. All of them come from the Leonard Hamilton's program at Florida State. Scotty Barnes, Pat Williams in Chicago, Devin Vassell in San Antonio. Anything coming. Now, the kid that he's got this year, the foreign guy, he needs to stay at Florida State another year. I don't want him coming out this year if I'm here. Okay? I don't want him coming out this year if I'm him. I want him to stay another year. What's this kid's name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Scotty Barnes, it's going to be stopped. But... I ain't gonna front. He could use that free healthcare and then get some dentistry done, man. Go like me, go to Mexico and get some teeth work done, bro. But Baba needs another year. Baba needs to stay at Florida State another year, man. Scotty was my number one dude that year he came out 2 years ago. I said I wanted Scotty. If I was gonna trade up, it would have been only him. I would have got Scotty Barnes. Yeah, I like that kid, man. He's good. But Barnes do need some help from grill, man. He's getting paid, so he should be. He's getting $10 million a year. Why can't the boy go get his grill repaired, man? Go get the grill fixed, bro. But anyway, Yeah, Pat Will was starting, and then they got him coming off the bench now because they started winning a few games. So he got him he's still in the rotation, but he's coming off the bench. But but that all of those kids, Barnes, Isaiah, Jonathan Isaacs, the kid Terrence something from Clippers, Devin Vassell, all of these dudes, Terrence Mann, all of them dudes come out of Florida State, and they could all play defense. Okay, they could all play D. That's what I'm saying. That's a defense. Leonard Hamilton knows what he's doing. He used to coach the Wizards a long time ago. Leonard Hamilton used to coach the Wizards, and then he coached University of Miami. He had that little tiny kid that Phil Jackson made fun of his hands. He came to University of Miami out of Leonard Hamilton's program. I forgot his name. But yeah, Leonard Hamilton coaches defense. He knows how to bring them kids along. Baba needs another year with Leonard Hamilton. That's what I'm saying. He needs another year with Leonard Hamilton, get in a little bit better shape, learn a little bit more defense. He got all of them cats come out of Leonard Hamilton's program. Then, of course, like I said, Huggins, who used to coach at Cincinnati, where Deuce came from, and then Deuce went to West Virginia. Huggins, the Javon Carters and Deuce McBride, he knows how to coach defense. And then Sampson, who used to coach at Oklahoma and now is at Houston, and he coached Q-Dog down there at Houston. So they all coach tough defense. You want defensive players you're looking at. And the guy also at, I don't know who the coach is at Baylor, but those kids know defense. You got Jeremy Sohan come out of Baylor. You had Davion Mitchell, off night coming out of Baylor. And I really like the kid that didn't end up making it, the other kid that they had at the point guard there at Baylor. But they play defense there too. So don't sleep on Baylor as well. Yes. Yeah, so they do. I did like, but I'm gonna be honest that we got Grimes. I had Trey Murphy the third rated ahead of Grimes in that draft, and he come from Virginia, and he balling down there in New Orleans. He dropped 40 maybe a week or so ago on somebody. So Trey Murphy. So I'm not down this year. Can I get Chris Murray? Or I like Taylor Hendricks because of the upside, and I believe he's going to be a player. He needs some G League time, and he's going to be all right, okay? And like I said, I have him as heir apparent. In 3 years, that boy's going to be like 22 years old, and Randall will be like 31. Perfect. See him? No, Herb Jones didn't go nowhere. They got to steal with Herb Jones. See, when you talk about adding a player, you got to look at what team he's on and what they have. They got Herb Jones, a standout defender in a rookie contract. They got him late in the first round or early second round. They're not giving him up. When you get a steal like that, you don't give that up. Okay, you keep that because even in his extension, he's not getting no 100 million. He might get 60. You got a steal right there. Okay, so they keeping Herb Jones and Trey Murphy the third. Forget it. He's the future. Okay, you have a better chance of getting Zion Williamson or Ingram because Zion's been hurt all the time, and Ingram may not want to stay there, and that's going to cost you. See, that's going to cost you. Yeah, but they're going to keep Trey Murphy the third. That's too much of a bargain. Why would they get rid of a bargain like that? That kid could play. Like I said, he just dropped 41 like a week ago on somebody. If I'm New Orleans, honestly, I'm giving Zion one more year. I'm not saying that to anybody. Publicly, I'm telling everybody, we with Zion for the long term. I'm going to try to get a dietitian with him, work on his body, and I'm going to give him one more year. If he come out next year and does the same thing he did the last couple of years, I'm trading him. I'm keeping Brandon Ingram and I'm trading. Okay. Yeah. No, we can't get Alvarado. See, that's what I'm saying. They got to steal. Anybody that you see as a revelation that was a steal like that, teams ain't giving it. It's like, why would the Knicks give up on Quentin Grimes or Deuce McBride? Because you know what I'm saying? You got him at second round or late first, you got to steal. You keeping that. Or Mitchell Robinson. That's why we were able to sign Mitch Rob to a $60 million deal. We got him in the second round. It was a steal. See, teams, that's the kind of thing championships are made of. You get steals like that, and then you come and you build around it. You build around it, okay? Yeah, so Zion is a championship piece, but he can't stay healthy. Yeah, he's a championship piece, but he can't stay healthy. I would give him one more year. I wouldn't see what he does next year. I will work with him. Like I said, let's see how serious he is about his diet. He needs to get down to about 260, honestly, and more svelte 260. If he can play at that level, and now I'm also going to control his minutes. He's not playing more than 25 minutes a game. And if I can't keep him healthy with all of that, I'm trading. Who can I get for him? What you want? And somebody's going to take a chance on him. Somebody's going to take a chance on him. So I'm keeping Brandon Ingram, and I trade Zion, even though Brandon Ingram also get hurt. Not quite as bad as Zion, though. That's why I am not trading Trey Murphy III. He stays. So does Herb Jones. They both stay. Okay. No, you keep them cats, and you keep Alvarado. Grimy dude like that, that's what you want. Okay. Right now, you think so? Let me see. He said we'd face Milwaukee in the second round. You might be right about that. So right now, if it's playoff start today, Knicks, Cleveland, let's say the Knicks won. Milwaukee against Atlanta, that's the Milwaukee. Philly against the Heat, that's Philly. Boston plays Brooklyn. I wouldn't sleep on Brooklyn. See, if Brooklyn wins a series and the Knicks win a series, then the Knicks don't face Milwaukee until the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all understand that? If any seed lower than the Knicks wins a series and the Knicks win theirs, the Knicks don't have to face Milwaukee until the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's a good thing. They've been beating out behind all year. I ain't gonna front. Milwaukee been whooping our ass all year. I mean, yo, I'm being honest. Milwaukee been whooping our ass all year. Y'all know that, right? Just saying. They've been doing it all year. We ain't closest we got, I think it's 110, 107, something like that. The Knicks fighting, but they're just not there yet. Milwaukee's really tough, man. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But aside from Milwaukee, you know, we could beat anybody else there. Okay, and I'd rather lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to Milwaukee. I'm just saying. I mean, look at it. I'm just saying, we ain't beat Milwaukee yet. I mean, they've been whooping our head every time. I mean, there was this dude I grew up with. I fought him like 3 times in my life. We should just one day put it this way. We became best friends, but we just on the bus. I ain't like the way his eyes looked at me, and I punched him. And then I ended up getting my ass whooped every time. And then one time I got my ass whooped, I came home crying. My dad, you know how they say, go back out there. I want you to go back out there and fight him again. I went back out there and fought him again, got my ass whooped again. Sometimes you just had to run into that dude, man, right? Just run into that dude, man. Sometimes you just run into him. So that's the Knicks in Milwaukee. They keep running into him, and you know, it's just not a good outcome. That's all I'm saying. It's just not a good outcome. That's all I'm saying. So I'd rather wait till the Eastern Conference Finals to face them people. Anything can happen then, right? You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen then. So let's wait. We could beat everybody else. Yeah, we could beat everybody else. That's what I'm saying. They got Javon Carter. They got Jrue Holiday, pro level, all-star level shooter and defender is Jrue Holiday. And Chris Middleton is now getting healthy. And then, of course, they got the Freak. And then Lopez is playing all NBA defense. These guys are freaking good. And then you got, you know, Bobby Portis. I always call Bobby Portis country boy. You just look, his eyes all bugged out. He looked like he just come from some country somewhere, man, some place in Arkansas. He looked like he come from that country boy. I love him though. That's my man. I like bug eyes. Yeah, he bug eyed, and he be looking all country. I can just see him with his hat like this, you know, with a pickup truck or something. That's Bobby Portis. But I like Bobby Portis. The Bobby Portis is cool, man. That's my man. Okay, I like Bobby Portis. But they good, man. But Milwaukee is good though. Yeah, Milwaukee's good. That's all I'm saying. So. And they've been beating out behind every time we played them. Spank, spank, spank. You know what I'm saying? So I'll wait till we get to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. Deal with that. Yeah. See? And if Brooklyn, the key thing is we'd like to see Brooklyn or Miami below us and win a series. If they win a series and we win a series, then we're a higher seed. We don't have to deal with Milwaukee right away. Okay. No, actually, Michael, it depends. It depends. See, you're assuming, Michael, and I'm not saying you're crazy, that Brooklyn and Miami would lose in the first round. That's not a given, right, Michael? Michael's friend. So Brooklyn can win in the first round, and so could Miami. If we are seeded 5th and they're seeded 6th and 7th, and we win our series and one of them wins their series, no, we don't have to play Milwaukee until the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. Yeah, I ain't worried about the Raptors, though. The Raptors have beat us. I would be concerned if they was ranked higher, but I'm not worried about them. Let them try to get in this 8th seed and lose to Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? Let them get in the 8th seed and lose to Milwaukee. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't want to face them either. We don't match up well with them for some reason. Okay, but yeah. Milwaukee, Toronto is. I ain't fronting. Well, we did beat them at least once this year, though. So we did beat them at least once. So we can, that'll be a battle. Not necessarily. No. It depends on the seeding. So let's look at this, G Child. The Knicks play Cleveland, right? Let's assume the Knicks beat Cleveland. The second seed, let's say the third seed plays Brooklyn. Brooklyn's a 6th seed. Let's say it's Philly. Philly plays Brooklyn, and if Brooklyn beats Philly, then the Knicks are seeded higher than Brooklyn. Yeah, that makes sense. So now the Milwaukee Bucks would play Brooklyn, and the Knicks would play Boston. You follow me? All right, so how it works is like this. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, and 4 plays 5. After the first round, they go according to the seeding. They reseed, right? So let's say the Knicks win, and let's say Brooklyn wins. So let's say Boston, Milwaukee, the Knicks and Brooklyn win. Then it will be Milwaukee against Brooklyn and the Knicks against Boston. They reseed based on your seeding in the conference. See? So after your first round, you see what the seeds were in the conference, and they go according to the seeding. Yeah, Cleveland don't want the Knicks. It will be a battle. They could beat the Knicks now, but shoot. I like our chances. Yeah, man, I like our chances, man. I ain't gonna front. I like our chances. So, yeah. So we're gonna see what happens. But right now, the top 3 are set. It's just what order they're going to be in. We don't know yet. I'm pretty sure Milwaukee will end up number 1, though. They just head and shoulders above everybody else right now. So I like Milwaukee. Then Boston and Philly will find out who's 2 and 3. Cleveland is going to be the 4th seed. Let's not front. The Knicks are going to be the 5th seed, and then Brooklyn is probably going to be the 6th seed. So that's how it's going to end up. After that, they're going to have to battle and see what is what. Okay. Yeah, they're going to go hard. Don't worry about it. They're going to go hard in the playoffs. This is going to be on. It's going to be lit, y'all. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. Oh, shoot. It's 3 o'clock. Okay, wait a minute. I got to go, y'all. Time to hang out with my woman, man. I got to hang out with my wife. I like hanging out with my wife. I like Monica, but she ain't my number 1. Miss G my number 1. So Miss Raw my number 1. That's all I'm saying. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank you for hanging out. And we will talk tomorrow before the Knicks play Minnesota and then after. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to watch Oklahoma City. I'm pulling for them to make the playoffs. So we'll talk about that. I'm going to watch Phoenix against